Hello, my name's Rohan Quine, and I'm an author of literary fiction with a touch of magical realism and a dusting of horror, as well as an actor and a film producer. I grew up in South London, spent a couple of years in LA, and then a decade in New York, where I ran around excitably, saying a few well-chosen words in various feature films and TV shows, such as Zoolander, Election, Oz, Third Watch, 100 Center Street, The Last Days of Disco, The Basketball Diaries, Spin City, and Law & Order Special Victims Unit. My novel, The Beasts of Electric Drive, is a prequel to the other 5 titles and a good place to start. From Hollywood mansions to South Central motels, havoc and love are wrought across a mythic LA through the creations of games designer Jamie, a unique explosion of glamour and beauty, horror and enchantment, celebrating the magic of creativity itself. In addition to its paperback format, my novel The Imagination Thief is available as an ebook that contains links to film and audio and photographic content in conjunction with the text. It's about a web of secrets triggered by the stealing and copying of people's imaginations and memories, the magic that can be conjured by images of people, the split between beauty and happiness, and the allure of power. 4 novellas, The Platinum Raven, The Host in the Attic, Apricot Eyes, and Hallucination in Hong Kong, are published as separate ebooks and also as a separate paperback, The Platinum Raven and Other Novels. Hunting as a pack, these 4 novellas delve deep into the beauty, darkness, and mirth of this predicament called life, where we seem to have been dropped without sufficient consultation ahead of time. All titles are also available in audiobook format and video book format performed by me. But this 7th title today is a work in progress from which the following reading is taken. In the Platinum Carnival, it's called, the labyrinthine splendour of Venice in the winter is the setting for an elemental conflict. 3 colourful hairstylists in a chic salon each discover that their internal capacities for summoning up transcendent beauty in their everyday lives have become externalized into empowered semi-human figures who move and interact throughout Venice's canal-side alleyways. Sinister and destructive figures also appear, equally empowered, which leads to battle and to an enormous, shadowy carnival, whose ethereal darkness electrifies the city, bringing these voltages to a convulsive conclusion. So, just going to get the right passage here. Yes. Jamie returns alone to Baia del Rey, at the furthest end of Cannareggio, and settles again in the same short passageway that terminates where the oil-black water slops at a short flight of white stone steps. He stares up into darkness over the lagoon, into an unlimited ultramarine forever and infinity of space. Layer behind the layer of stars, each layer unimaginably distant, yet so much less so than the layer behind it, and all those layers seeming from here to be flattened into one, so unseeable are their differences of distance. Nor is there day or night out there, for those are illusions. It's all night. A symphony of inconceivable scale, above, below, around. Why then is he segregated into this tiny corner of the sky, in this deliriously unique city of water-slopped stone steps and muted pink castellated palaces, and, zeroing in further, sitting here in this passageway? Something tipped him out to land here, it seems, then disappeared. What is he doing in this consciousness, in this shape of flesh, equipped with these particular limbs whose weight he feels, in this little hidey hole of all possible hidey holes, behind that pair of eye holes up there, high upon the front of him? A tiny far light shines, bobbing on the waters. It twinkles through the distance, and it's rocking and the spray on the lagoon. So small and faint is it, he must steady his head, steady his eyes, and concentrate to focus on it. Some little sea craft, perhaps. The intimacy of his perch here, his elbows on his knees and his hands on his temples, forming a little cage around his eyes, conspires with the intimate thinness of that twinkling light which seems to signal at him, "You and me alone here, together in the night, miles apart, but we see each other and nobody else. Here we are inside that finger cage around your eyes, Jamie Peake, here and now. Your icon beckons you on towards her, always round the corner, always just beyond the bridge, and your home down inside you is aflame like a palace." later on in the same novella. The interior of the hair salon around Jamie appears as it usually does, until a slim, androgynous spectre floats in through a doorway, as if mixed reality had somehow been applied to this everyday scene. The figure's beautiful face is coloured with makeup, sleek and lush, and its body is attired with elegant flamboyance, like some sort of theatrical carnival performer. With unnerving slowness and self-possession, she sweeps across Jamie's purview, her feet not touching the floor, to the far end of the salon, where she reclines on a chaise longue with her crossed legs extended languidly down the seat's length. In a kind of mesmerized panic, Jamie looks away and then looks back to see if she is still there. She is still there, just as spectral and as androgynous as a moment ago, but this time wearing a catsuit, in the sense of a sharply designed outfit presenting a realistic resemblance to a cat's upper body and head, except for being human-sized. This creature speaks aloud, with dignity, in a language Jamie cannot understand. And while she speaks, she casually pulls at the lower part of her sleeves of cat fur, which end in full cat's paws, in just the way a human might pull at them if wearing them. The quality of her beauty is hollow and flat within its absolute stunningness. It's as if every last volt of energy that might have animated her is instead sucked away to maintain the skinny blonde stasis of her perfection, robbing her of the fuel that might have enabled her to fill out her third dimension. Her platinum blonde beauty flicks from fleshly to bloodless. This lessens its charisma not at all, but reslants it to illuminate what's hidden, revealing the infrared and the ultraviolet, catching glimpses of a world that exists just outside human perception, like a memory that Jamie cannot quite pinpoint. Out across the sea, rising from a frozen whirlpool far down the Adriatic, stands a frozen waterspout, gigantic in a sidelight against the liquid night. Shafts and shafts of lightning play while its twirling spike spins among the clouds. Then, as once before in another time and country, that yearning woman's murmur rises through a restless surge of air. Her voice is dwarfed by the rush of wind through the sky, but pushes out its words through the storm. She speaks in a foreign tongue, so the only thing Jamie can construe from her is what sounds like a name alone, repeated many times. Noemi, Noemi, Noemi. Then come further words, indecipherable yet electrifying, such that he is quickly addicted to hearing her, or to awaiting her during the minutes when she speaks not, while he knows she will return, as she always does at last. Breathy and seductive is her voice, in control but always yearning. Here it comes again, Noemi, Noemi, Noemi. And then those further words, indecipherable as ever, yet electrifying always, charismatic mystery, charismatic yearning. Above the yearning woman's voice, high upon the storm surge, a gong clangs, majestic and slow, like a black bronze sunburst erupting in the caverns of the night. Echoes of the clang barrel outwards, as if around the ghost of a black hole's rim, where screaming flowers cling to the curved event horizon. Then away she falls, pulling down the storm around her, sinks to silence, and is gone.